Passion for me is when doing hard things is easy. I'm really not a morning person, and so it astounds me sometimes that I get up early regularly for dawn patrol. You know, it's one of those things that is a hard thing that is easy because I'm really passionate about it. And so it's like, yeah, I'm waking up early and yeah, I'm losing sleep, but like I get to surf for 2 or 3 hours, which is worth all of that. Getting up early and then going surfing and having surfed for the day makes my whole day better. Just because like I was doing something that I loved, and I always feel like my best self days that I surf. Like there's a certain tiredness, feel kind of salty, and I just feel really comfortable, I guess, in my own skin and with the people around me. There are a couple times going out dawn patrol and it's just like sunrise makes the sky like all pink, and it's really neat. There's a nice thing too about surfing. You know, I think a lot of the South Bay is a little less pretty, but anywhere up north, like I always find like when I'm surfing in a beautiful place, like the beauty around me, like honestly, like instantly kind of gets me in the zone to surf well. Like there's just something about like looking at the mountains, looking at big sky, looking the ocean's great, but when you have like beautiful stuff around it too, it just kind of puts me in like makes me feel like I'm in a surf movie, I guess. Surf movie, yes. And so I just like, I don't know, I'll be like sitting on my board between sets and like looking out feels like a little B-roll clip before like a good like surf part in a movie, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of lost me in. I think I just watched way too many surf movies, I'm not gonna lie.
What do we think?
I think it was nice. That was pretty fucking good. Set just came in like a little bit ago.
God, that's
Oh,
beautiful.
look at those peaks down the beach. Yeah, we gonna be alright. We gonna be alright.
The heads are down there, but I kind of feel like this looks nice. This looks like a nice spot.
This does look nice. It looks a little close out here though, no? My biggest kind of nature connection with surfing is kind of feeling very connected to the ocean. There's been times when I've really just lived, breathed, eat, surf, maybe 4 times a week every day, and like that's all I kind of do, like just basically, times in my life where I have a lot of time, because if I have a lot of time, then I'll be surfing a lot. Where I really have felt kind of like an intimate connection with the ocean, like almost as a friend. Like waves, especially, I think are one of the most interesting events in nature. Like, I feel like there's very few times where you see kind of nature moving like that. I've always been very happy just to be in the waves and be in the ocean because it's so novel experiencing such a kind of amazing event. Like waves travel over the entire ocean too. So by the time they come to you, like that's the end of their life cycle. Like as you're surfing them, like they are, I guess, figuratively dying. Like they come from the other side of, or the middle of the ocean, and they're kind of these big things that get picked up by like these huge storms and like maybe plate movements. And they kind of come a super long way. It's really cool to be able to be like the last, to be able to see them like at their peak. Something I've learned a lot about is really just a lot of like geology, and there's a bunch of like different things for how like the bottom, I guess, is shaped and how it looks. So whether it breaks over a reef or like a point or just a beach, like will produce different types of waves. And so it's really like I think people really think of waves as like an ocean thing, but it's really like kind of a bottom of the ocean type of phenomenon, because that really kind of depends like how you get the best or how you get different waves. And so something that like I've really enjoyed and how I've connected with nature as well is being able to see like how different waves change and break based on where they are. Like being in nature and kind of like hiking, I think that was something that was really kind of given to me by my dad and my grandpa on my mom's side. Like especially my grandpa, like he's a really big kind of nature guy, and he lives right around here. He lives in Altadena. And I think like the first time I ever enjoyed taking a hike was maybe when I was like 11, because I'd been exposed, like I'd been out of nature a lot. I'd been on camping trips, but I was always kind of like, like not my thing. I don't really like it. And the first time I ever kind of really enjoyed it was hiking like in the Arroyo. And so that I'd say was given to me, and then kind of stoked by my dad continually taking me out into like beautiful spots, because he has a big passion for nature. And I'm sure that, maybe somewhere along the way, I kind of picked surfing up off of someone else. I never really felt influenced by someone else into having a passion for surfing. And like, I think part of that is a little bit like, I don't know exactly why, and it was a little hard being really passionate about something that no one else in my city, like my whole city, like none of my friends. My dad took me surfing for the first time, and took me out, a few times every year after that. But he didn't really have like a passion for it, I guess, and so it was really something that I kind of had to take on and do by myself without really any mentors. I didn't really live near the ocean, and I didn't really, for a long time, didn't really have any resources to get to the ocean. Like I got my driver's license late, and so it was kind of like an unlikely thing, I guess. But and it was something that I kind of never, in my early years when I like really liked surfing, like when I was younger, I like kind of had a feeling like it was gonna phase out. Like I really liked it, but it was just like not something that could be long term, just because it really wasn't supported by anyone. But it kind of just never left. And so like being in a spot where I was able to be independent and make my own choices has been really big for my development as a surfer, because I've been able to make all these choices, and I've been able to like kind of keep my passion going through like different areas of work. Yeah.